Okay, welcome back. So at this point we have the geometry. Okay, remember you can add the fillet, you can do all the variations of the geometry as you like. So at this point we export it, and I want to show you a next step, always preprocessing. When you export this, it is an STL, OBJ, whatever format. It doesn't recognize individual surfaces. So for instance, I'm going to call it inlet 1, inlet 2, outlet, pipe large, pipe is small, and you have the fillet surface. But it doesn't recognize that. So somehow you need to assign that naming convention or those groups into this TL so you can access, we have seen those regions in the snappyHexMesh. So this can be the tricky step. So maybe you can get an idea why I exported using here the surface, because every single individual surface, then you can assemble everything together into a single file, and you're going to see that. Okay, you need to give it a name, so we're going to see that preprocessing, or also we can export, as I did in this case, a single STL, but then using an additional tool, we can create the groups. Okay, so that additional tool that I want to show you is Meshmixer. Fantastic tool. It is free, but by the guy from Autodesk. So as you can see, have a good pedigree. And here you can download it. The only drawback that I can say is that it only runs on Windows. So basically, when you start to enter into these graphical tools and so on, and if you're thinking about doing parameterization, optimization, it might be tricky, okay? But it's not your case. You have a single workflow, you want to prepare everything. Fantastic tool, okay? It is in Windows here, you have access to the help. I'm not going to go into too many details about how to use it. We have another video also in our channel, but also the help documentation is very complete. YouTube, you will find many videos. So here we have the STLs, and let me open the one that we have a single surface, okay? This one, the individual parts, I don't need to do anything there because then I can assemble that and I can do it in Linux, okay? For the moment, let's work in Windows. So we enter here, we enter into the GUI, and one thing that mine is already clean, so probably if you open the first time, you're going to have here some the wireframe, the printer bed, because this is used also to do 3D printer and so on. So you're going to have that. So here in view, you can hide all that stuff. So I don't want to see any of that. Okay, and there you go. So this is for me is okay. I have my geometry. Then the other thing that I want to show you to control rotation, also you can press spacebar, and here you have many options on how to visualize. So I like to use this one, and here rotation, use free rotation. It's easier to control. You have different options, and then well, you control there. So right, and here I'm doing right click, the wheel, then the selection is done with the left click. You can get used with that. Okay, so you press middle button and translate. So basically we have our geometry. In this case, look at that, I decide to export it here, to export the geometry with the fillet. Okay, it's not a problem, but I want to capture that. So what we want to do here is to create the face groups. Okay, here we have a single group. So there is a very nice utility here when you go into edit, and automatically it will create face groups, and it will create then according to an angle criterion. We have seen that angle enters in many parts, and there you go. Okay, so in this case I have this, and let me do something. Let me go, because I'm exporting also the fillet, and well, to show you that selection here in view, you can also visualize your wireframe. Okay, and then you can select this surface and create an extra group there. So let me go here, select, and you can do selection. So you have your brush. It's a little bit large for this case. So let me go something smaller. Let me reduce. Here you can also see the normals. So all the normals, I see my coloring. It is indicating that your normals are okay. After you do selections, you will be able to change normals if there are problems with normals. So let me go here, and hope you get the idea that how you can do the selection. So just brush everything, And then after you select a group of cells, so this is time consuming. No need to say that you need to go and do your selection and so on. So let me show you here. Okay, doesn't matter. I'm selecting that. Then you press Shift left button and you can erase that selection. So let's go here. Okay. And let me do it also here. Okay. Here. Selection. So you get the idea that all the field, the whole field, you need to do that selection. So that now that I got it there, what I want, Shift, deselect this one. So depending on the complexity of the geometry, this can be a lot of manual work. Okay. And let me select here again. Okay. And then here, edit, you have many options, so you can erase, delete, then you just read the help or follow a few videos. So I don't want to go into detail, but here you have this one, and that selection, you can put it into another face group. So this face group now is going to exist in the file that I'm going to export. And let me do also the selection here. Okay, selection. Let me select this one. Okay, so because I have this field, it didn't capture automatically, this transition. When you have this geometry with no field, it will also solve for that one. But here it's not a big problem. So we can do like this, and we can put it in a different group. So this is much easier to select. So there is lasso selection. That is easy, but let me do like this. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Let me select this. Uh, the- and you proceed in the same way. Just create a group from this, and there you go. So let's say that when I use STL, I use this method very often. I don't need to use STL. This is the problem with this triangulation, that this information is not safe, so somehow you need to put it inside. So it can be a little bit time consuming, cumbersome. But this is a very nice tool. The same stuff, by the way, you can do it with Blender. Oops. But Blender is overly complicated, but you can do very similar stuff using Blender. Okay, so let me go here, here, here. Okay, let's say it doesn't matter. So I have that selection. You can go here, modify, you create a face group, and this will be a different face group. Okay. So I think it put it in the same one there. So now that you have this, I can go here, file, export here, and I can export it. And this is the step, the important step. You need to export it as an OBJ file. Okay, save. There you go. So we have it. So just to repeat, export OBJ, and this one you have two options. So use the first one, okay? And in this OBJ file, you are going to have all the information that you extracted here from Meshmixer. So let me go here, data view. I have it here in Windows. So all these files already have it inside the case that we're going to work, in Snappy. So we're going to have one OBJ file where I follow this path and extract all the surfaces and so. So if I open this file, and it was this one, OBJ, I go here, groups, and you see all the groups that are inside the file. Okay, so here, yeah, I put it in the same group, but you can create a new group for the fillet. And this is it, no? That very nice, clean way to prepare all that surface. The final step is that you need to open this OBJ file. It's human readable, by the way. Save it as ASCII. And here you're going to have, this one is vertex and normals now. So you have all that information. What you need to look here to give the proper naming, because it will save, but with a default name. Then you have the face connectivity and so on, edges. Just look for the word. There you have it, G. Okay, this is a comment, and this G means group, and give it a name here. So you can call it inlet 1, then call the other inlet 2. Of course, you need to look in ParaView or your tool to know to which one correspond each group, no? Inlet 3 and so on. So in ParaView, when you visualize extracting, using the threshold tool, each one 0, 1, 2, 3 correspond to each of one. So this is it, how I prepare it. Okay, so very efficient tool. There are many, as I mentioned, there are alternatives. You have Blender and so on. I think this also can be done with FreeCAD, okay, or Salome, but with Salome can be done, but it's very time consuming, but also can be done with Salome, so you remain into Linux. So this is it, okay? Now that we have the geometry, let's move into the case snappyHexMesh and do some additional preprocessing and so on. So thank you for your attention. See you in the next video. Bye.